chamber of the battles. And I'm going to try to record this. I don't know whether it's going to come out or not. This is a listing of all the busts and paintings and murals in this extremely large hall that document the French battles. And we've been advised that all the significant French battles that ever occurred are included in this room, with the exception, of course, the Battle of Waterloo, which was a disaster from France. Recording this for the purpose of reconstruction if we need to refer to some of our other video later. Simon Montfort, Air de France, plus Berthe, Beasley night in some of the modern leaders. Air de Bourbon, Prince of Bourbon, probably one of his relatives. See who this is. Coiffier de Biente. Jack Daniels relative, Jacques de Bourbon. Charles Comte de Vienne, French influence. Vienna, V-I-E-N-N-E. Dampierre, notice le chapeau. Anthony de Bourgogne, Jean Stewart, wearing armor in those days. Interesting features on this fellow named Foix, F-O-I-X, Caston D. Foix, or Bonnivet. First French beret type chapeau we've seen. Looks like an Earl Flynn type. Jacques Bourbon, this is John D. Bourbon. Grandin, 1662. The chapeau with ostrich plumes, it looks like. There's the boots. Antoine Bourbon. Bourbon. Tough folks. La Valette, 1592. Admiral de France. Admiral of France. Berwick, Marshal of France. 1734. Pierre Rouge. Probably the way we got the word rogue in English. Bald-headed guy is Robert, General of the French Brigade, 1796. I'm going to interrupt looking at some of the, we're not recording all the busts, but we just want to sweep this hall of battles to give some idea of the vast scope, the number of murals on the walls. Something about the architecture. Really well laid out. I've gone to the other side of the room to try to get something of that side. There's be an awful lot of foreigners over here. France and German, Japanese. My goodness. Ornate work everywhere we look. Skylight. Probably blast us out in light intensity. I haven't seen many skylights in the early castles. And candles with glass shades. Some coverage of Napoleon. But as a younger lad, his early career, he went to the artists like that. Some of his key aids and inspecting the troops. Saying I couldn't find my helmet, sir. That Napoleon got in lots of fracas. Battle of Friedland. Always on the white horse. Casualties. That'll be Wagram, Napoleon. Still rides the white horse. The jewel saddle. A monocular. Runners with late information, casualties on the field. Charges underway. And artillery. And a wounded horse. And Louis the 15th. As depicted by the sculptor. Napoleon the First. Well, we're outside the Versailles Palace. We keep the grounds very colorful here. You know, a large water spout that just went down. Colorful flowers. This time of year it's really beautiful. Looks like spring instead of October the 13th. This palace is quite a bit larger than what we just went through here, where all the servants' quarters and things like that. actually. Those folks did it to last. Don't know where all the artisans went. I think folks do that kind of work now. Some of the literature said, if I remember correctly, that they drained 37,000 acres to make this palace and grounds. I'm sure they didn't drain all 37,000, but it had a lot of low spots in it. And also had to divert a river, an entire river, to feed the 150 fountains or so that fed all the gardens around here. Well, Louis the 14th was a pretty dominant guy. He didn't deal in details too much. We understand he just wanted action, so he got action. There's been a plethora of wealth to the area for tourist attractions ever since. Actually, in most respects, superior to the castle of Shanghai with regard to the sheer size and breadth of the work that it contained. And we're continuing to Mildred and I to look at the grounds of the Palace of Versailles. Large lake that goes on to our left that was probably created by draining some of the swamp that they advertised. Part of the literature that we read said that for the festivities, the king would have orange trees brought in that grew in containers, and I see they still maintaining this tradition here with what appears to be citrus trees growing in containers, which obviously they don't grow this latitude, but they protect them through the winter with inside somewhere, plus other plants in containers. And sculptured garden. This all started with a hunting lodge from Louis the 13th, of course the 14th's father. Just grand in scope. This goes on and on. 37,000 acres of development. I'm going into the sun. Sculpture everywhere you see. All without apparently some significance. All doing something. And as we depart the Palace of Versailles, we're going to take a look at the bronze statue that's in the courtyard leading into the castle. And since the crowd's thinned out here, I guess they're all inside now. We'll take some kind of a sweep of the inside courtyard of the view of the castle. This thing just goes on and on. And the tour actually doesn't go through all that much of it, but we've had our share of the tour there. And it's hard to walk out here. These are cobblestones that are hewn out of rock. And you can see they aren't too even and they aren't chinked well between them. Probably due to the ease of use. So, let's say our goodbyes at least for this time to some of our good folks from Headquarters Company 115 at Kitchen as they're relaxing after their tour. Probably not going to focus too good due to the various depths of field we got. This is a little tourist trap type souvenir shop and kind of a snack restaurant with beer and stuff just outside the gate. There's Mother Mildred with her Perrier. Hey, honey. How's that stuff taste?
Great.
Okay, we paid just because there were some French officers coming by there. You are looking around. Always looking around. We got stuck for 15 marks, which is around $2 that Perrier, can of Perrier that's Mildred's drinking there, so they know how to get you over here. They learned from some of the world's best over there in Florida, like Mr. Beasley and those kind of folks. They know how to do it. In the background, you can hear the continual parade of buses coming in. I guess the worst part of the tour is an outstanding facility. The worst part of the tour is all the folks they try to cram in there. I'm hearing you, Art. We're gonna the George Pompidou Shopping Center.
No.
And here they have a lot of acts.
I've always wanted to go, but I've never.
They come in and people sit around and watch. It's about 1:30. The lunch crowd's already back. And most of the acts are probably gone, but here they have the jugglers and the fire eaters. And the actors and the pantomimes. This is a controversial architecture. All the utilities are external. Air conditioning, plumbing. Can't see much on this side, but on the front it was quite evident. Large round ducts cover the entire front that you observe from the street. This is sort of the back courtyard. Yeah, that fellow seems to be getting down to business. Air intake ducts. There are hundreds of shops and this place is advertised to be like a large mall along with other buildings around it here. George Pompidou's Shopping Center. Famous for what I don't know. Getting your money. We're stopping. $3,000. That's for the jacket. see it in Paris. A whole lot of leather. Oh, I can get this. For high fashion in Paris. And the ladies are really giving that jacket to going over there. Who knows? Might be something they just gotta have. You like that, honey? Leaf Reserve. Rate of exchange today. They buy at 613. And a little modern art here in the middle of a garden in the shopping mall. We're taking a picture of tourists here in Paris in this fantastic shopping mall. There's 1, 2, 3. Well, there's Mildred as a tourist. And there's Carol and Lucy. All right, lots of tourists up there.
With their cameras.
Okay, great. We're going to fade out on these folks. Famous shopping center. Going through there. And we did mention outside utilities, air conditioning ducts, plumbing, conduit, fresh air intakes, all external to this facility. Unusual architectural approach. And according to the guide, quite controversial here in Paris, the city of beautiful buildings. Just going to kind of learn a little on the folks on HHC 115 assembling for their bus trip back to the hotel to change for the cabaret. Seem heavy. Content, looking at some of their purchases. And plotting the move probably as to how to get back to the hotel. I don't know whether I have my recording on or not. Mighty pretty. That's a pretty necklace you have on. That's a pretty necklace you have on. We're in the hotel lobby getting ready to check out. There's Mother Mildred with her bags. That's a 3-day stay, and there's Lucy. And Lucy, we've had a little unfortunate information this morning. You want to tell us about Carol's illness? She's in the hospital, I understand. And
Yeah, temporary. She'll be with us in a little bit.
And we're going to have to go get her, and she'll go back with us today?
She'll go back with us today.
Well, we're real proud of that. Real proud of that. Sorry you didn't get much sleep last night.
Oh, well. As long as she's okay, that's all that matters.
And there's our lovely mother this morning. Good morning. Did you rest well last night? Good? Good? All right. Well, I wanted to contrast. There's Lucy's bag, and then there's Mildred's bag. Now let's turn around here. Oh, my goodness. Look at that pretty little girl there. And what's your name, honey? Huh? What's your name? Hi. Boy, you're just the sweetest little girl I've seen. Hello. All right. All right. That's good. Okay. Good. Good to see you there. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, honey. Daddy, honey. Where's your daddy? Oh. Is that your daddy there? Hello. Oh, hi, Dad. That's a mighty fine daughter y'all got there.
Thank you.
We've enjoyed being with y'all, too.
Thank you. We the same.
Okay. I'm going to fade out on that pretty little girl.
Russia was.
We finished
And the last
shopping
time was
at
in
the flea market on our way out
1937,
of
which
town.
was right at the beginning
And,
of the
just
Second
wanna
World War. So
record
each
the,
time the dome was
Construction techniques
plated with
utilizing
rolls,
cranes for handling
every time,
material.
a few years later, there was a very large war.
Kind of unusual. They strategically
And
place them to be able to
just
place
now,
heavy material at any
fourth
spot
time.
of a large building or a structure and leave them in place until they need movement. They also use them to refurbish buildings and to do close works between old buildings where they're renovating old buildings and replacing with new buildings. Some of the French countryside there, the crops most have been gathered, although we're going by a large field of corn at this time that is just today in the process of being harvested. Combines are in the field. French corn, oak woods in the background. Very, very large field, probably a couple hundred acres. Continuing with some of the French countryside, these fields have already been plowed. Now we're into some type of greens or cover crop. Coming up on the farmhouse compound. Quite an old farmhouse. Still in France, it's rain going through the oil well district, and I was trying to get a shot, but it didn't work, I'm afraid.
Their cellars here in Rams. Also, another large champagne making town in the Champagne region is Epernay. This is where the famous champagne cellars of Moët Chandon are from, and also Mercier. Moët Chandon just recently bought Mercier, Moesha is one of the richest companies in the world. They also own Jim Beam and Johnny Walker. You'll see in Germany they've got something known as sect, and it tastes similar to champagne, but it's actually not real champagne because the grapes don't come from this region. It's just sparkling wine. Up on the left-hand side, in just a minute, we're going to be passing by the Cathedral Notre Dame de Reims, Our Lady of Reims, and this is where all the kings of France, except Napoleon, were coronated. This is where the Bishop Saint-Remy also coronated the first King of France, King Ludwig. And there's the Reims on the left-hand side. You see, it is very, very similar to Notre Dame in Paris. As we come under this bridge, if you look through to the left, in just a minute you'll be able to get another church. This is known as Sacré-Cœur de Reims, our Sacred Heart of Reims. Many people think that this one on the right-hand side is the
Unloading after a visit to Würzburg here.
We went to the cabaret.
And we have Matthias.
We are going to have a little show and tell so we can get everything packed and be ready to go home Thursday morning.
Okay. Now our show and tell is about some of our prize acquisitions while we've been in Germany and France and Belgium and places like that. So we're going to get right to this, and this is to help us remember and also to show some of our friends. Well, this is in no particular order, but these are some woolen goods and leather goods we got in East Germany. The ski socks to the immediate top sold for 12 East German Deutschmarks, and at the rate of conversion would be 74 cents American. They are fully wool, 100% wool. The next three pair of socks are 60% wool and the remainder cotton. They're kind of argyle plaid. And two pair I've been wearing since I've been here. The third pair I think I'll give Peter for Christmas present. They listed at 14.3 East German Deutschmarks, which would make them about 88 cents a pair, which is not too bad for woolen socks, or mostly woolen socks. And here's a selection of gloves we decided to get. Those pigskin gloves lined with, don't think it's fur, but something like fur. Listed at 62 East Deutschmarks, American value $3.83. We thought we'd give those to Pete if he picks us up on time. The other 3 pair of gloves are just woven woolen gloves, just had a pretty design on it. Thought we would pick those up to put in some of our glove liners. They listed for 9.9 East Dutch marks. That would equate to 61 cents a pair. So we thought that was a pretty good buy, and they're attractive. This is a box of Swiss chocolate that's been well used, and I wanted to go ahead and record this. Harriet and Ralph brought that from Switzerland, because that just may not last through this photographing session. Good stuff. Here's a 1990 calendar we got a couple of. Something to hang on the wall, looks kind of nice. Equivalent American was 15 cents. Sure hope they don't tell anybody we're planning to give this for a Christmas present. Here are a couple of wood carving figurines I got, and a couple of ceramic things. Hope nobody tells Mildred I got that. The wood carvings cost about $4 American each. Something to go on the whatnot shelf. That guy there with that pack looks busy, like I like to look. And of all things, I elected to buy a ceramic sailfish made in East Germany, just because of the lines and coloration, about 34 cents. And a turtle, about the same price. Here's a piece of wood that caught my eye at the PX. It's made out of a knurled piece of wood there. I just like the grain. It's a little wooden pot at the top. Mildred, you turn that around. Let's see if we can pick up some of that grain in that wood. Thank you, honey. Just turn it around slowly there. See if we pick up the knurls and things. Kind of reminds me of some of the stuff briar pipes used to be made out of. Just something that caught my eye there. I'm sure we'll put something, just turn it a little bit. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, yeah. Are we getting some good grain now? Okay. Thanks a lot, honey. That's nice. Mildred's got some German dolls. They come 6 to the set. They're awful cute. We picked up some of these for some of the ladies at work. You want to turn that box around? Let's see if we can see the features of some of the other dolls there, honey. Yeah, turn it a little bit more. Nice. They really do a good job with their dolls over here. Thank you, honey. Here's a couple of sets of fondue forks we got in East Germany. The long ones have a US value of 122. The short ones 107. I don't exactly know why I got them. I don't even eat fondue. Just look like a nice, neat little fork. Find something to do with them. Gig frogs, something. Here's some forks that we found in Oxenfurt. We refer to forks with sharp tines, good steel and wooden handles as Daddy B forks. And the heritage of these forks is that many years ago, Daddy B and Mama B found some forks very similar to this with real sharp prongs on them. and they're very good for breaking open hot biscuit to put butter or gravy on or something like that. So for all these years, we call these Daddy B forks. I was real pleased to find these. Mildred and I both were, and even though they were $3.95 Dutch marks, that'd be about $2 American. I went ahead and bought 8. And although we don't get that many, don't cook biscuit that frequently anymore, we got them to keep or give away. We were real pleased to find those. Daddy B forks. We're recording Mother Mildred again now, and she's got a couple of interesting items that she picked up in East Germany.
East Berlin.
Or East Berlin, which is East Germany, of course. That's an interesting story in itself, but I see you got a little teddy bear there.
Yeah, we went to a large store, 4 to 6 story store.
Yeah.
And in East Berlin, this teddy bear, it's a Russian teddy bear, would have been $17.50.
Yeah, that'd be about $1.30 American. And what's that object on the table there?
I bought 2 of these umbrellas, one for Harriet and one for myself.
Yeah.
They were $18 each in their money, which would be equivalent to $4.50.
Well, no, it'd be more than that, I imagine, honey. $18.50 would be $1.
No, it'd be equivalent to about $5.
Whatever it was equivalent to $5, which is about probably 90 East German marks. Now, did you buy both the teddy bear and the umbrella?
I bought my teddy. No, Harriet bought this teddy bear and for me.
So you traded Harriet?
Right,
You traded her an umbrella,
right, for one teddy
a
bear.
$5 umbrella for a $1.30 teddy bear? Well, is that a good deal?
Yep.
Okay. That was fun, wasn't it, honey? Sorry we couldn't do more shopping over there. We missed out on it.
Me too.
You might mention the fact that we only got about an hour and a half of shopping the day we got there, and we didn't know how to shop. And we were lucky to get what little we got, right?
Right.
You want to describe how you stand in one line and then you go get in another line to pay, or?
You have to have your mind made up what you want and how many.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't hold one finger up because they count the thumb as one finger.
So you can order 2 real easy.
So if you're going to order 1, you just hold your thumb
Yeah,
and you have to do it quickly.
yeah. Do they have a lot of patience in waiting on you?
No,
They aren't even very
they're
courteous?
very rushed.
Yeah. So really we spent most of our time standing in line to get something, and then we go stand in line to pay for it, right? Okay,
You didn't pick it up, you pointed to
what you want, they picked it up, took it to the cashier, and then you paid the cashier. Okay. Anything coming to mind about shopping over there? I'm getting some lines here.
I wish we had more time.
Yeah. You were talking
got
about
some good
a
buys.
set of dishes, it's a complete set of China looking dishes that sold for how much American?
We could have gotten a real pretty set for American for about $20.
Mm. And you saw some in these colors, and we didn't strike quick enough to get them.
The reason I didn't know how we would get them home.
Yeah, shipping them would be a problem, or even bringing them back. They weren't packaged very well. Okay, that was a nice little discussion. We ought to go on. Mother Mildred, one of the unusual things was the paper that they used to wrap things in. Most things are just wrapped, and then when they have a paper bag, they put it in a paper bag. The Centrum is the name of that very large department store that Mildred was talking about. And although this is no criticism, the paper just isn't very tough. You can't, you have to hold it under the bag. So would you kind of demonstrate how easy it is to just rip that bag a little bit? Oh, that's enough. I wanted to say that. Real easy, and it got to real be careful with your purchases there, right, honey?
Right.
It reminds me, in the old days, when I used to work at the drugstore, we would wrap everything from a roll of paper. And that's kind of the way they still do there. Plus, they don't provide you.
It's
you
rough
kinda-
like paper toweling
Yeah.
you found in restrooms sometimes.
Yeah. Quite adequate, but you can't trust it too good. But we enjoyed the shopping. I managed to get in a tool department about 30 minutes, but spent most of the time standing in line. I sure would like to have had Bob Noe and Don King with me. The wrecking crew would, we could set up a little team action and have one feed the other. One select and one pay and one put it in a sack. I could have spent all day there and probably all my money, but let me give you a rundown on what I got. All of which I'm real proud of, and I think is going to have some utility. Now you see some heavy-duty lineman's pliers up there. American 22 cents, what it cost me. Now these are true duck bills. They're not needle points. Those are duck bills. 50 cents American. Now I selected 5 wood chisels, which are all in millimeters, but they're all different sizes, and this is about all the sizes I saw in the limited time that I had. Appear to be good quality steel, sharp as heck. I've already cut myself a couple of times just looking at them. They range from the biggest one at 20 cents to 18 to 17 to 16 to 14 for that little bitty guy. And I've seen the time I'd sure love to have any of all those, because all I've got is a 1-incher. Now while I'm talking about tools, let me mention a pricing policy in East Germany. When you find something you want, go ahead and get it. You do not shop for price. The prices are stamped on all the merchandise, and I wish I could pick that up, but each piece of steel has got the price stamped into it, each tool. And I'll try to pick one up a little later, something maybe we can see a little bigger. So price is not the objective. It's all the same regardless of the store you go to. They're made under the policies that they've set up in the socialist scheme of things. And so key is, and we didn't know this when we started, you don't shop for price, you just go get it. It's the same everywhere in East Germany. There's a saw blade 2-setter. Always wanted one, probably never used it. 33 cents. An unusual offset screwdriver, heavy duty. I've already had occasion to use that here in assembling some furniture. 7 cents. It's offset at 45 degrees instead of 90 degrees, it looks like. Let's see if I can get on these drill bits here. Complete set of drill bits in millimeters, but up to about a little bigger than 3/8 it looks like. Whole bunch of pieces, 19 or 20, $2.74. High carbon steel. An unusual thing I found was a wood carving set made in England. Always wanted one. Probably never use it for gouging and for carving wood, but certainly for gouging and things. $6.91. I got to close off now. I'm getting lines. And heavy-duty countersink that probably would do steel and wood, but I was real proud to find that thing just kind of in a bin there. 49 cents American. I don't know if I forgot those super heavy-duty nippers, but the pair I've got are about half that size. These sold for 50 cents. You can see a little better definition in the countersink. Now that I've been fooling with the VCR a little bit here, and I was going to try to pick up the price on the side of these pliers. I don't think I can do that. But what I can say is that every tool on this table, including the drill bit set, carving set, etc., sold for $12.61 American. I'm proud of that stuff. Sort of at the last minute, based on what some of the other folks in our tour to East Berlin had found, there was a hunting store that we had about 3 minutes at. In fact, the people double parked while we made it by. Now, I actually went in to get a couple of these Swiss Army knives. I wanted to give one to David, and I wanted to put one in my tackle box. I want to give one to David for kind of watching after the house while we were gone. They sold for about $3.15 American, but in case David ever sees these, remember it took $7,000 to go get them, so that's a $7,315.15 knife there. One way to look at it. This little fruit and wine knife made in the Swiss Army knife motif was $1.04 American. And this little stainless fruit and wine knife, which I thought was real neat, real thin, should carry well in a pocket or purse, was about 50 cents. Then I stumbled on to, I saw in the knife display in that store a folding knife similar to the big bucks. This was called a Buckmaster or something. I ordered one. Didn't even know the price. It sold for 90 East German marks. That converts to $5.56 with sheath. And then the piece I guess that I'm the proudest of is the hat. I lost my LL Bean hat at the Oktoberfest. I'd been looking for something with a kind of a kind of a German flair. Well, here's this high quality felt green hunting and fishing cap or hat in the German tradition, which I didn't know their size. Turns out I wear a size 57. Took 3 tries before I got it right. Sells there for 26.10 East German marks. That equates to $1.61 American. I've worn that thing every day since then. So I'm real proud of those acquisitions, and I hope Dave is proud of his knife. Let me add another product to this. This is the world's sorriest flashlight. I had to have one. The one we brought, the bulb broke, I guess, when I dropped it. So I found that one for 33 cents. I got it. It's a floodlight, and although it served its immediate purpose, I was proud when I could find a bulb for my little pen light I took with me. You need one driving at night, particularly in Europe there with all the road maps and things that are a little strange. And some other things we found. Mildred found this real nice set of little after dinner drink glasses for 8 cents a piece. They have a nice decoration on them. Looks kind of like a hand painting or silk screening. She wanted some of that Russian champagne that we drank for a couple of nights over there at some of the fancy meals we had. So we brought that back kind of as a souvenir. And there's some imported vodka that I got for about $3.50 for a liter. I actually got that at the RAFPX. But got the champagne over in East Berlin. Oh, a week or so after I returned from Berlin, I found this real neat set of 5 after dinner drink glasses or shot glasses and a kind of a wrought iron holder for $1.25 at the thrift store at Kissingen. So I got it. Well, we're going to go to some of the acquisitions from our Paris trip. And Mildred, what's that you got before you there?
We toured the perfume factory while in Paris.
Oh, okay. Enjoy that?
It was nice.
And what they do?
They
Sell
had
us?
a lot of different perfumes,
Yeah.
but I selected only
Three flavors.
Three fragrances.
Yeah.
This one, this is real perfume. This is Giorgio, one of the fragrances.
Yeah.
I can't read that one. Anyway, one is White Shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And I've forgotten the other one.
Giorgio, White Shoulders.
We got 3.
Now that was a fantastic adventure there with that perfume. You might want to say why these folks put them in aluminum vials. Do you remember the lecture they gave us on that? That
They will last for at least 10 years in the vial.
at least 10 years. And with a vial that big, perfume goes a long way. That's not like cologne or toilet water, right?
Right.
Don't know anything about perfume.
But we smelled of a lot of them, and these were my 3 favorite fragrances.
You, I noticed one's missing. I guess you gave that one to
Claudia.
To Claudia. Okay, fine. You want to describe the way that you smell of so many fragrances?
They sprayed it on small strips of paper.
Uh-huh. So you didn't get any on you to
Right.
contaminate the smell. And how many would you say you smelled of, honey?
Oh, about 8 or 10.
Mm-hmm. And they had twice that many there, I guess, didn't they? Okay, we got some tape of the factory when we were there, but from a commodity standpoint, I just wanted to have you share your perfume acquisition with us. It was quite a selection process you went through. What did we pay for that? What was the bill?
$580 in French money.
Francs.
That's francs.
Okay.
So that would be equivalent to $97.05 in American money.
At the rate of exchange that day. Okay.
Yes.
Sound like a good buy. Okay. We're back again looking at some of our Paris loot there with Mother Mildred. You really know how to shop in Paris, France there, honey. You busted it open for 3 days. But this is just some souvenirs that we wanted to bring home. You wanted to tell us about that Eiffel Tower there?
You bought this Eiffel Tower when we were exchanging money after we left the perfume factory.
Yeah, right before we went to the perfume factory because we had to have a bunch of money there, yeah.
Okay, and the price of this was 159 francs.
Ooh, I believe they got me. And let's see, I don't know if I can read that. You may want to hold that sweatshirt up there. I can't see it in that cellophane. And I may turn it around. No, the glare, turn it the other way slowly. Oh, I believe we can see a little bit of that. It says Eiffel Tower, Paris, France, in gold on black. And who'd you get that for?
For D.
Where'd you buy that?
In Paris,
I know, but do you want to tell us where in Paris?
at the flea market.
That was an amazing thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Never seen anything like that before. Okay, and what's that green monster-looking thing?
This is a T-shirt that we got in Paris for Peter, and we got it at the flea market also.
Yeah.
It says the University of Paris.
That's really neat colors there. Old Pete ought to like that thing. Okay. Well, let's we can pack those babies up now. A little story behind this official French painting or sketch here. Art's company commander is Captain Jack Coster, and his wife is named Carol. So it kind of came out at one of our dinners that Captain Coster used to have a mustache against Army regulations. And some of the officers that report to him in the headquarters company were razzing him about that. You know what a couple of drinks and a bottle of champagne will do for us junior officers. Well, it turns out that Carol Coster, his wife, said that she had never seen his mustache prior to the time he shaved it when he got promoted to company commander, if I remember the timing exactly right. So when we went to Paris, France, Captain Jack was supposed to go with us, but got canceled at the last minute by his superiors, but Carol went, along with Lucy, her friend who was visiting from California. So one of the places that we visited was the Artist Square near the Versailles Palace. And this is truly an amazing place because they have people there that practice just about all kinds of art, including sculpture, painting, sketching, anything that could be called artistic and some that's not artistic. So they had one gentleman there, and I got this on tape somewhere, that we negotiated with to paint an official sketching of Captain Jack's, the remembrances of Captain Jack's mustache. Now this was done at great expense. The officers and men of the headquarters company 115 Infantry, and Art Beasley was in charge of this bus trip since Captain Coster wouldn't go. So wife Carol rendered this sketch of her impression of Captain Jack's mustache. You'll note the two circles at the top represent flared nostrils, and the thin line under the squiggly line represents tight lips, and the squiggly line represented the mustache. Although some of the men had claimed that it was a Fu Manchu type mustache, it looks like a kind of a pencil mustache. Anyway, we negotiated with the artist Louis Ludwig of Paris, famous artist, to transpose these scribblings into a work of art. And this is what he came up with, which who can argue with an artist? That's his concept of what Carol's remembrances were. And he gave it the title Captain Jack, and of course he signed it, Paris '89. And we feel like the officers and men will find some appropriate event at which let's say ceremony can be had about this.
Or presentation.
Presentation, Mildred said, good word. Anyhow, we're going to leave this over, and we bought a real nice frame yesterday for $11.95 to put this creative painting sketch in, and we hope that you have a lot of fun with this and some good memories out of our Berlin, from both our Berlin trip and our Paris trip. And here's an official beer mug that Claudia, who is one of Art's friends, brought by. And I tried it a couple of times out of about 3 cases. Okay, there's Mildred holding an embroidery there that you want to describe what that is, honey, and who gave it to you?
It's a map of Germany
Uh-huh.
that the wife of one of Art's buddies made for him.
Well, that's real pretty, honey. And if I can get a shot of that thing in the background there, that's a guidon that the light's bothering it, but that's a guidon the officers and men of Audie Murphy Platoon awarded Art. That's his brand new entertainment center with some of the trophies that he's won in judo and karate, and some of his favorite pictures from West Point. From family. And that one on the right is from Mims, right?
Friends. Titusville.
Mildred says Titusville. And it's filled with TVs and VCRs, and down in the bottom a whole bunch of compact discs and things.